Yo, what's going on, everybody? White993 here. Yo guys, come the Tiger, and today we are back playing some more Wizard101 Test Realm. Now today we're going to be talking specifically about how I feel about Test Realm, if I really enjoyed Test Realm, if I liked it, if not. Now, before I actually get into this, please note this is my personal opinion, and I'm not going to be dissing anything. I think these updates are cool, so I'm going to tell you guys good stuff about it. But I'm going to say, you know, how I feel about this update, what could have been put into Test Realm to make it better, and any other stuff that could have added in along the way. So, it's basically just kind of like my review and my personal opinion. So if you guys aren't into that, this video might not be specifically interesting to you. With all that said, we're going to start out with Monstrologist Burke. I don't know if it's Burke or Berkey. I'm pretty sure it's Burke, but I say Berkey because why not? Anyway, so we're starting with that. So we go to our Monstrologist of the Myth Spells. As you guys can see, I have the full page of Monstrology. I don't have Extract Polar Bear because I'm not on Polaris yet. And also, let me switch chairs, guys. This chair is annoying me. Alright, guys. So now that I switched chairs, probably a lot less squeaking. First off, we're going to talk about Monstrology. I personally have been wanting more Monstrology spells because I like the idea of Monstrology. I like that there's something to go for, something extra to add into the game. And something that I also like about it is the fact that it's not, you know, the same thing. It's not extract fire elf. It's not extract whatever you don't have to pay for a single thing. And it's not extract in total. How it's just all classified to its own little group. You can't extract everything in the game, so it makes you kind of try to figure stuff out, something to achieve, something to work for, and I do enjoy that. Now, in specific, these are actually pretty unexpected. I did not expect Pig, kind of Gobbler. I am Treant. I thought it would be at one point, but I thought it would be more like Extract Elemental or Extract Element or Spirit. Plant Life. That's actually what I was thinking about. But in general, though, I mean, the Extract Pig does need to be fixed. I don't know if they ever did that or not. Honestly, this wasn't too hard to really go for, these three. Most of the Gobblers live on the Colossus Boulevard. We do have those guys in Mirage. The Trents, there's more Trents than Pigs and Gobblers, and they're kind of more spread out, so these are more fun. The Extract Pig was really disappointing because I really wanted to get the Wisteria, because you guys see it's the same Wisterian design for the pig and not the same design for the Ninja Pig, but it only worked on the Ninja Pig, which really makes no sense to me. And honestly, I feel like they really could have worked with that. Also, for the Extract Parrot, they really could have updated this card to work for those other bird dudes that are in Azteca that did not work in my Extract Parrot video. I tried to extract them, but it said wrong animus type, and I'm pretty sure they look like parrots, but apparently the game did not think so. So following up on that, I'm going to go with chat. Honestly, I felt like it was a really good idea to update chat, because this chat menu has been the same for a while, ever since I first started. And a while back, I guess they updated the friends list. If you haven't played Wizard101 back on the old friends list, believe it or not, I actually kind of miss it. And I'm sorry if that was loud, but believe it or not, I actually do kind of miss the old friends GI look. It looked so much different. I feel like it honestly looked a little bit cooler. But there's obviously more updated one. As you can see, you got ignored, you got all friends, you have, you can go into this list and everything. I do have a lot of friends because I do a lot of community stuff every now and again. But in general, I feel like chat really did need to get updated. So for it to add new features like this, especially because it's a little bit more specific now, and there's a lot more features you can just scroll through. Are you away from your keyboard? That's kind of, I didn't even know, that's actually kind of interesting. If he's away from the keyboard, you probably won't see that. Just telling you that. So honestly, it's really nice to kind of have an updated now. It's actually fairly similar to the old one, but I feel like this one had a lot more detail into it. It has a lot more sections and categories, which makes it a lot easier to navigate, in my opinion. But if you're a fan of the old menu, it's going to be hard to navigate this. So there's pros and cons to this, but honestly, I feel like that this was for the better. Now, a lot of people say this ain't a big update, but it's always the little things that are always going to work with the big ones. Because they're always going to say broken stuff about this, broken stuff about that. And the fact that there's now new emojis, I mean, I'm going to kind of miss seeing this all around the game. Now it actually displays the official emoji. Because, as you guys can see, honestly, I feel like they could work a little bit more on emojis. They could probably add a lot more, and I'm honestly kind of stoked for when they did, but I think they probably should have put in some more emojis in this, like maybe even a second page of activities, or maybe even spell pictures or something like that. I just feel like, despite the fact that they updated chat to something that no one expected, I don't think they would have expected this stuff to be added to chat. I feel like they could have put a lot more work into it. They could have put more detail. I mean, I know it's just starting out, but I feel like this isn't really going to be that big of a game changer. It's not going to be that big of a convincing point for Test Realm. It's not going to be that big convincing to chat more or anything like that. So honestly, if they didn't expand as much as they should have, it's probably not going to be as big of a idea to people. Although I think it will be pretty cool once it goes into live realm. I mean, emojis are cool. I can obviously see people using those, but it's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Now, the last thing I wanted to discuss is PvP. Now, PvP could have been more improved, and I think they are stepping in the right direction. I think turn-based PvP, a lot of people say it's going to be a lot harder. A lot of people say it's just going to be a lot easier. A lot of people are going to say it's not as strategic planning. But in my opinion, it is, because since they cast first, you're always going to have some kind of advantage. And then you're always going to have to try to find some way just to dodge this, or try to find some way to counteract that before he has a chance. And I feel like having it split like this really gives people more ground to think of, more details, a better way to plan strategy, so it's not less focused on, I don't know he's going to cast, so I'm just going to have to cast this. It's more like, okay, he casted that, what can he do next? It's kind of more focused on you. It gives you a chance to think for yourself, and you're not entirely focused on your opponent. It gives you an advantage from your opponent to work on yourself to build up, or to counteract any possible attacks, or to build up defenses, or even plan for an offense yourself. I think turn-based PvP is actually a really good idea. Now, for it to completely replace the classic PvP that we all know and love, you know, the one where it always picks, you pick your spell on both sides and then cast them both, I feel like there's a lot of disadvantage with going in first, and I think turn-based PvP might be able to counteract that a little bit. Honestly, I don't think it'd be that big of a change, but I feel like it will definitely be something a lot of people are going to want. And I've heard a lot of critique, I've heard a lot of criticism about this, and personally I think that PvP needs more of a chance, and I think a lot more people will be playing this version of PvP and trying it out. I know I will be doing that. If it does apply into the summer update, I will get more into tournaments. And honestly, I've been wanting to do tournaments, although I just haven't got around to it, because you guys know I'm not good at PvP. So I've been trying to plan out a good thing. I don't necessarily have time for tournaments either, so I have to think about that as well. But this summer, if it does get applied, I will be doing tournaments, and I will try to make some videos. Now, if you guys know, I don't have a actual PvP turn-based video from the Test Realm on my channel, and that's just because I don't have time to go into a tournament, nor do I want to do a tournament in Test Realm. And I know War Machine was looking into making a video on that, to try to see if he had time. I don't think he's uploaded that yet, so be on the watch for that. I don't know if he's still going to do that or not, but make sure to be on the watch on his channel. But I really do feel like that this update was not as expansive as it could be, and I know a lot of people were criticizing it and saying it was disappointing. Honestly, I'm not going to lie, I was expecting a lot more with this Test Realm. I didn't think a new world would come, and I was correct when it didn't, and I wouldn't be surprised because Mirage wasn't released that long ago. So I figured that a new world would probably be either late December or maybe spring/summer of next year. I wouldn't expect it to be that close. But at the same time, I think this is kind of going to be getting too long for a new world, so I can understand that it was too close to put in this Test Realm, but I feel like if it's not in the game by next spring or early summer, then it's not going to be that good of an idea, because I know when you're max level there's a lot less stuff you can do. So, but like I said, you can't really expect a new world. Mirage wasn't released that long ago. If I remember correctly, it was released like what, last year summer, so it's been out for a year, probably a little bit longer, and that's plenty enough time for higher levels to complete it if they wanted to. And that's not gonna they actually did put a lot of detail into it, and they did put a lot of work into Mirage. Like I said, I don't have any characters unlocked there yet, but just by looking at details and animations and all that stuff, you can tell there's a lot of difference between Wizard City to Dragonspire, and then like Celestia to Avalon, and then Chrysalis to Polaris, and then the Arcanum and Mirage. You can obviously see like a massive growth in detail and animation and work and effort. And honestly, I would not expect a new world coming out, so I don't think people could really be that disappointed in a new world not coming out. But again, that's just my personal opinion. However, I was expecting something else. I was expecting maybe something bigger, maybe something a little bit more Monstrology, maybe new monsters to collect in a world. That's actually something I don't think anybody would expect, and that'd be kind of interesting. I was honestly hoping there'd be some kind of new event such as, you know, we got you guys know we got the 5 boxes event, we have the Lost Pages event. I feel like they could have added something in like that. That might have been a good idea. Although I can understand from the last KI Live, King's Isle said they will be moving offices. So, I mean, I can understand that they're going to have to plan out this work. You just can't get everything you want because there's pros and cons. They got to take time to work on this. You can't just get it lickety-split by saying, hey, I want a new update. They just can't drop it like that. So I understand why there wasn't as much as there could have been, but I feel like there might have been something more. But all in all, this test realm was alright. Now, when they first added in Monstrology, of course, I was on Test Realm a lot. I did a lot of farming, I did a lot of battling, I did some videos. I did one video, I had 3 others that never got uploaded. And this Test Realm wasn't the same. I've only logged in like 2 or 3 times. Last Test Realm, I was on every day. So, honestly, this Test Realm wasn't the best one. I think that a lot of people have criticized it to the point where just gotta give it a little bit more of a chance, a little bit of a hope. And if you guys don't like it, that's alright with me. I mean, it's your guys' opinion, you're entitled to it. But that's just kind of my review on the test realm so far. Now, I do know they did minor bug fixes and stuff like that, but I mean, I have nothing to talk about in that. But hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I do have a video coming up about why I'm in Marleybone that was going to go up a couple days ago, but I rearranged them because I wanted to get all the main test realm videos out of the way, and then I could finally get the last video, which is actually really awesome and really fun. I was debating how I wanted to do it, and then I just came up with a really good idea, and I love the way it turned out. And honestly, I mean, Test Realm's alright, not the best, but this will probably be the last thing from Test Realm. The next video will have nothing to do with Test Realm itself. So, I mean, that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys do like my review. If you guys want to discuss any of your opinions over this test realm, make sure to comment down in the comment section down below. And until my next video, I will see you guys next time. Wizard101 out. Now let's see if I actually remember to put the outro in.